Okay, this is what Brian's been waiting for. All right, so let's talk about it just for a second. Neuro-Linguistic Programming. This is the misconception of it. Neuro refers to your neurology. Linguistic refers to your language. This is where people get confused. It's not programming people, right? It refers to how your neural language functions, right? So let's take it easy here, right? So you're not programming people. I already said that. And people say, well, I heard it's used to persuade people. Is it good or bad? Look, man, Superman and General Zod had the same powers, right? One was super amazing. One's the bad guy. You all have power that is inside of you right now that you can use both for both good and bad. If you're an MMA fighter, you can stick up for people or beat the snot out of people. If you're never mind. I almost went down and I would have caused a political uproar. You all have things inside of you that you know, and it's all about being honest, leading with integrity, and being authentic. Period. Period. No matter what your deal is. Oops, hit the wrong button. So communication. All right. We have, I'm not going to go into these. These are a little bit too deep. This could be a whole 2-hour training here. Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Not spending a whole lot of time with that. Please be present here. And this is incredibly important. This is what you're going to learn here is some of these things are you're going to learn a little bit of persuasion in your language. Please use it for good things, man. Serve people with this stuff. So we're going back to closing the deal, mirroring the person or parroting, whatever you want to call it. Depends on who your instructor is, which one they decide to use. I know there's different definitions for each of them. Remember, turn off your already listening ears, because none of the stuff that I'm going to talk about here is hard. It's all super easy and it all works. Listen for tonality and speed of talk and wording. So if you noticed, I was talking very fast tonight. Now, if you also noticed, my speed of talk slowed way down. The other stuff is really great. I love it. I am sure that you learned a lot from it. I hope you took some screenshots and tons of notes. Hope you got value so far. If you did, let me know here. Understand this is really important to me because this right here can change your life. So when you're talking to somebody and you're on the phone with them, listen to how slow or fast they're talking and talk slow or fast with them. Listen to their wording. Are they using, I see what you're saying, I hear what you're saying, I'm not having a good time, I can't picture what you're doing. Listen to tonality. You know, my voice got deeper when I slowed down my talking. It's okay to mirror that talk, because what happens is a subconscious mind starts saying, hey, this person's a friend. If the person's a yellow and you're bearing down on top of them, they're gonna be like, this is a scary person. Don't buy anything. Put your credit card away. Burn it. Right? However, if the person has, don't make yourself into somebody you're not. Be a chameleon, a good, authentic chameleon. Mesh with people, merge with people. Have you ever met somebody and you're like, man, I feel like I've known this person forever? If you have, just type yes, right? If you have, it's because you guys talked the same, spoke the same, and you didn't even know you had things in common until after you started talking. And it's not mimicking, by the way. Let it flow naturally. Don't try hard on it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't over listen. Just be present. Just listen carefully to what they're talking about. And you're not going to get it every single time. Don't worry about it. You're going to suck in the beginning. Who cares? None of it matters. See, hear, and feel them speak. You can feel the emotion in their words. I know that one of the biggest things that people say to me after one of my calls is, man, I felt like every freaking word that came out of your mouth. Is because I speak from my heart, because I love you guys. I love you guys. You have no idea how much care and compassion and passion and just everything I want for y'all. It's crazy. And this works. I'm not done. This works. So listen for wording. So I'm going to give you some examples, right? If they say, man, I'm just not seeing what you're saying, right? So let's talk about some of that stuff. So you say, all right, well, we'll picture this for a second. Imagine you're walking on the beach, right? And you lost that 10 pounds that you said you're going to lose. And all of a sudden your ex-girlfriend comes walking towards you. Or, you know what? I've been thinking about this. Try that like a jacket. Try this on for size for a moment. Imagine opening up your email and seeing 4 or 5 leads that popped in and you don't even know where they came from. It's from something you put out, some value that you put out last week or last month. What might be simpler is, right, using a Zoom session. Well, I tell you what, let's use a Zoom session really quick and we'll map it out with a quick screen share. You up for that? Let me send you something really quick while we're on the phone to look at. See, when the person is seeing things and they're saying, well, I just can't see it. I'm just not understanding what you're saying, right? They're probably a little bit visual. It's okay to send them stuff. And if you're wrong, who cares, right? You sent them something, you gave them more value, right? Next one is this here. They tell you, I'm just not getting it, man. I'm just not hearing what you're saying. I just don't understand it, right? So when I'm describing to something to somebody, I want confirmation that they're understanding me. So I say, do you hear what I'm saying? And they say, well, yeah, I just don't see what you're talking about. All of a sudden, I'm like, crap, I said the wrong one. So I go back to C. Is what I'm saying make sense? Am I saying this to make sense? Different things like this, right? You're using the word say. What would it feel like to create this? Tell me what you're hearing what I'm saying right now. Can you repeat it back to me? Right? You're getting the person, you're getting them comfortable having a conversation with you. Oops. Excuse me. For our greens out there, these are the steps, the systems. Does that make sense to you? Man, if I give you a process, would that help? If I give you a step-by-step process, would that help? If I broke it down for you a little bit more of a bite-sized chunks, would that make a little bit more sense? If we're mapping it out, this might bring this thing a little bit closer together. Wouldn't you agree? See, when you hear a systematic person, you've got to talk to them in processing. My brain doesn't work like that, so I've got to work. I create that language when I'm speaking with people. A little bit more advanced? Yeah. When you're on this works really well face-to-face. I can typically hear you when you're breathing. You listen to and you actually mimic their breathing. And you can pace. This is called pacing, by the way, speed of speech. And you can practice with the people. Practice with people that you know, by the way. Don't do this with people that are actually prospects. You can actually, when you're talking with somebody, pace their speech, right? I don't know if you can see me or not. I've got my hands right here. So pace their speech and then start speeding it up a little bit and see if they speed up with you. And then slow it down and see if they slow down with you. And when you master that, you can lead the person through a conversation. And remember, this is all, please be authentic and lead with integrity. But you can pace the person through the conversation. When you start talking a little bit more fast and you get them talking a little bit more faster, sure, that's real phrases, right? You hear how excited I just got? When you get people talking a little bit quicker, they get excited. Cool. So and when you slow them down, they slow down with you when you're getting ready to talk about something important. See, when I slow down and I change my pitch, all of a sudden you're listening differently. Did you guys notice that? You're changing your pitch. You're changing the pace of the talk. Match, increase, and decrease as you feel. Got ahead of myself. Why is this important? My energy tends to overwhelm people. I'm very cognizant of that. When I talk to people on the phone, I have to be very cautious because I get excited, man. When people make decisions, I get really excited.